Hey guys, so we are back with our second video, which is another Asian condiment. It's called the kimchi. Kimchi is primarily a way of preservation. It's a healthy fermented pickling process used for Napa cabbage. Traditionally, it's only made with Napa cabbage, but these days it can also be made with other vegetables like cucumber, daikon radish, or if you're feeling very, um, what do you say, inspired, you can even feature any other vegetable of your choice and maybe let us know in the comments of how did that turn up. Maybe we could give that a try then. So yes, for this recipe you're going to need the Napa cabbage. To start with, you can start with one because it does give you a big batch. So one Napa cabbage, you're gonna need some carrots, some radish, onions, garlic, spring onions, apples, and maybe some citrus fruits. And then you're gonna need rice flour or cooked rice. I will get to which to use in what situation when we come to the recipe in that stage. For flavorings, we're going to use the soya sauce, Gochujang, Gochugaru, oyster sauce, and rice vinegar. And last but not the least, lots of salt, definitely. So to start with, you cut the Napa cabbage into quarters, and then you have to wash them thoroughly because sometimes the stem, the bulb part can have some mud or something left. So wash it thoroughly, but make sure that you don't tear the cabbage leaves. You need to keep them safe because that's going to be your feature. Then once you've washed it well, you need to salt it thoroughly with heaps of salt between every layer of the cabbage leaf. This is because, so one thing is that you don't have to worry about using too much salt because you want to release all the moisture, all the water out of the cabbage, and that is why you're gonna salt it properly. Now once you've salted it, keep it for 4 to 6 hours. Don't do it more than 6 hours, and definitely don't try and do it overnight, is because if it is too salted for too long, it's going to start fermenting soon, and you want it to ferment after you have flavored it with the rest of the ingredients. So 4 to 6 hours max should be enough, and should be good for the cabbage leaves to lose its moisture and the leaves to be much pliable, so you can apply the kimchi flavor into every layer of the leaf. Now for the flavorings, the carrots and the radish, cut very basically sliced very thin, which is called the julienne cut. They should be about 2 mm thick, as you can see the video. And now for the apples, you need to puree them. And the next paste you're going to make is with onions and garlic. So once you've got these purees ready, and you need to now chop up the spring onions. They can be finely chopped or they can be chopped up to a centimeter length. Now for the flavoring part, you need to you're gonna add the onion garlic paste along with the apple puree, and to this you're gonna add the citrus fruit juice if you have already added with the apple, then the carrots, the radish, and the spring onions. Once you've added all this, you can set it aside. Now for the flavoring part. For the flavoring, you mix the soya sauce, the oyster sauce, the gochugaru powder, the gochujang paste, and the rice vinegar, and mix it all properly. In the end, you can add brown sugar to the mixture as well to Now once you've had all this together, you can add these flavorings to the other mixture. Now comes the rice part. So if you're using rice flour, make sure that you have added enough water and you have cooked it really well, so it's becomes like a really good thick paste. Make sure it's a fresh rice flour and not very old rice flour, which is more grainy. That would be better. Or much better, and for much better results, you can use cooked rice, wherein you cook the rice, let it cool down, and then with about half a tablespoon or a tablespoon of water at max, puree it really well, and then this becomes the thick rice paste that you need. This helps for the flavorings to catch on to the leaf when it's mixed, because it has the thickness, it gives a thickness to the entire flavor mixture, and that helps to hold on to the leaf of the cabbage when you're going to apply it. Now, once your flavoring paste is ready, take the cabbage, wash it out of all the salt, and make sure that it is pat dry completely, like really completely dry, simply because if you have any moisture left, again, the mixture will not hold on to the leaf. Now that you have squeezed out all the water from the cabbage, now it's time to start making the kimchi. So take your flavorings little by little and just start applying it in between every layer. Make sure that you cover every single layer very well. So don't worry about how much you're going to put. It can be more or less, but make sure that you're using all the flavor for in between amongst all the four quarters of the one cabbage. Once you have layered it really well in between all of them, just fold them and press them down together and keep it enclosed in an airtight container, and make sure that they are all stuck well to each other. Like when you arrange them in the box or in a container, you keep them really tight so that get flavored really well and the fermentation happens evenly throughout. Now that you have put it in an airtight container, cover it with a cling film and then with the lid. This makes sure that there is no air inside and it's just the flavor that's going to help build inside.